Imagine firing your assistant and replacing them with an AI that works 24/7 for free. An AI that negotiates car deals over email, clears your inbox while you sleep, fixes code bugs in your repository, and runs parts of your business without you ever touching a keyboard. That's not some futuristic demo. That's Moltbot, formerly known as Clawdbot. But here's the real question. Is this an AI dream? Or is it a security disaster just waiting to happen? In this video, you're going to see the unfiltered truth, the pros, the cons, real-world use cases, and a dead simple installation that you can try for yourself. Moltbot is an open-source, self-hosted AI agent that connects to messaging apps like Telegram or WhatsApp and can control your computer using shell commands, browser automation, and APIs. Now, this is not a chatbot that just replies when you ask something. This is an agent that runs persistently in the background with what developers call a heartbeat loop. It constantly keeps checking tasks, monitoring systems, and taking action all without you needing to prompt it. That's why it's exploding in popularity in 2026, with more than 14,000 stars on GitHub. But with this kind of deep access to your entire system, you really need to understand it before you even think about installing it. So let's break this down honestly. First, the pros. The biggest one is always on autonomy. It runs in the background and only pings you when a specific decision is required. Next is self-hosted privacy. It runs locally on a Raspberry Pi, your Mac, or a Windows machine. Your data stays with you. It's also incredibly cheap to scale. A $120 Raspberry Pi or even an old laptop is more than enough to get started. Your API costs will probably be around $10 to $50 per month, depending on how much you use it. It also has extensible skills, with over 300 community-built tools for things like email, calendars, stock trading, and so much more. And finally, it's multi-platform. It works through Telegram, WhatsApp, Discord, and Slack, so you can command it from anywhere. Now for the cons, and these are serious. The biggest one is the high security risk. It has full shell and browser access. A simple misconfiguration could expose sensitive data or worse. It also has a strong dependency on large language models, which means you need paid API keys from services like Claude or OpenAI. Using local models is an option, but they're often too slow for practical use. There's also a steep learning curve. If you're a beginner, the onboarding process can feel pretty overwhelming. It's also resource hungry, consuming a noticeable amount of CPU and RAM during its operations. So don't expect to run it on a super weak machine without some performance impact. And finally, there's prompt brittleness. It can fail on edge cases and it absolutely requires human oversight. This thing is powerful, but it is not plug-and-play magic. So where does Moltbot actually shine? Here are 4 real practical use cases. First, as an inbox and calendar boss, it can automatically sort hundreds of your emails, draft replies for you, and even book meetings. You can give it commands like handle my inbox and keep it under 20 in red emails. Flag anything that comes from the VP. It monitors your inbox continuously and acts without needing any reminders. Second, it can be a DevOps sidekick. It can watch your CI or CD logs, analyze errors, and even run shell scripts to try and fix issues. Teams have saved hours on bug triage because the agent attempts solutions before a human even has to step in. Third, and this one sounds unbelievable, is as a negotiation agent. People have used it to negotiate car deals over long email chains, reportedly saving over $4,000. The agent just keeps responding, comparing different offers, and pushing for better terms, all on its own. And fourth, as a business automator, it can manage your Shopify orders, qualify leads that come in through email, monitor stock alerts, and even maintain a home lab. And for a YouTube creator like me, this is incredibly powerful. It can research video topics, triage comments, and schedule uploads, all through simple Telegram commands. All right, now let's get it installed. It's easier than you think. First, you'll need to have Node.js version 22 or higher and Git installed on your system. Step 1 is the one-liner install. Just open your terminal and run the command curl-fslh moltbot or install bash. Or if you prefer, you can use npm with npm install-g moltbot at latest. Step 2 is the onboard wizard. Run the command moltbot onboard install-daemon. This is a crucial step. It sets up your Elm provider. Claude is highly recommended. It creates your workspace, and it installs the daemon service so that Moltbot runs in the background automatically. Step 3 is to link your channel. Type Moltbot channels login. This will show you a QR code that you can scan with your phone to connect either Telegram or WhatsApp. Step 4 is the all-important security check. Run Moltbot Doctor and then Moltbot Security Audit. I cannot stress this enough. Always start by running this inside an isolated user account or a virtual machine. Don't just install it on your main machine with all your personal files. Finally, step 5 is to test it. Message your new agent something simple like, "What's my uptime?" Or list the files in my current directory. You can also open the web dashboard by going to localhost 3000 in your browser. A pro tip: for maximum safety, run this first on a cheap $6 a month virtual private server or a dedicated Raspberry Pi. The official GitHub repository is GitHub, com or Moltbot. Now here's where Most people go wrong. They treat Moltbot like it's chat-gapped. That is a huge mistake. You need to treat it like an employee. You give it standing orders. For example, you could tell it, every morning, summarize my inbox, tell me about any calendar conflicts, and find news about AI automation. If my scheduled meetings for the day exceed 3 hours, automatically block out recovery time for me. Or you could say, monitor. Docker. If any containers crash, restart them and alert me on failures. Or how about, negotiate with vendors for any purchase under 100. Ask for my approval only if the discount offered exceeds 10. There's even a skills marketplace where you can add new integrations for Gmail, Google Drive, and even an A10 workflows. You can customize its personality, its time zone, and its general behavior. And when you send a message in Telegram, you'll see the agent spring to life, sending emails, updating your calendar, and completing tasks all on its own. That is the moment when it finally clicks. This is not a bot, this is a worker. Moltbot is not perfect, but for zero upfront cost plus your API usage, this is the closest thing we have to a real AI employee today. Install it safely. Start small. Give it very limited permissions at first. The GitHub and documentation links are down in the description. I'm curious, comment below how you would use an AI agent like this in your own workflow. And be sure to subscribe for more practical AI automation tutorials just like this one. Thanks for watching.